Hello children, welcome back to CK classes. Myself Punis CK. It's my continued part of the distance formula from the lesson coordinate geometry. It will be a further some important concept. So we need to tackle problems comes under exercise. Number one. So first I can say a distance from origin. So there will be one compulsory question will be asked in the annual examinations. Often this question will be asked. Find the distance from origin for the given a point on a plane. So how could you derive a formula to find distance from origin? So let's draw something the related diagram for this concept. Here the distance is here the what point is origin, and this is a point in a Cartesian plane. You join it, we got a distance here. So here I'll call this point as P. So of certain x comma y are the coordinates. I'm not taking x1 y1 here, just I'll take so P of x comma y as a coordinates of the point P. So as you know that about the distance between OP, suppose the formula to find the distance of OP is equal to square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So this is what you all learned in our previous video. So now let me consider the coordinates of origin. We have already discussed the coordinates of origin will be what? 0, 0. I'll assume xy as, you can say this is considered as what? x1, y1, and this is considered as x2, y2. You have to assume them as. Now you put those values in the given distance formula. Have a look what you are going to get it now. x2 minus x1 whole square, that is x2 is x minus 0 whole square plus y minus 0 whole square. So finally x minus 0 is x, that is x square plus y square. That is the distance from origin. So you need to memorize the second formula from this lesson, that is a distance from origin. The formula to find distance from origin is OP is equal to square root of x square plus y square. So next few concepts are really interesting. So I have three different points. I'll name this point as A, and the point as B, and the point as C. Please make a note for this concept. So A, B, C are three different points. I need to check whether these points are collinear or not. As you know what are collinear points. The collinear, which means suppose if any points are lies in a same straight line, suppose if the point lies in the same straight line, we can call them as collinear points. If the points does not lies on the same straight line, we can call them as non-collinear points. As you know that is, by using non-collinear points, you can generate geometrical shapes. So if you want to generate geometrical figures, you need non-collinear points. So not the collinear one, like triangles, quadrilateral, and so on. So now I need to check whether ABC are collinear or not. At that case, what I should do? You should use a small concept by using distances. If you just find the length of AB and you just find the length of BC, you add up them. So AB plus BC. So suppose this sum is equal to length of AC. This is very important. You just get the length of AB first. You just find the length of AB, then find the length of BC, then add up them. If that length is equal to length of AC, then conclude yourself. So therefore A, B and C are collinear. So this is very important. So if question asks, that is, if the question gives or check whether the 3 points are collinear or not, in that case you just find the length of AB in the beginning, BC in this next, and you just compute sum. If that equal to the length of AC, then conclude yourself the given 3 points are in a collinear points. So the second concept, Suppose if 3 points has been taken, instead of 2 points, if 3 points has been taken, 3 points, obviously you have taken here collinear points, so now I'll take non-collinear points. Three different non-collinear points that we name it as A, B, C. You can say E, B, C. So if I join them, what you're going to get it? Hope you all get it. So you'll get a triangle. Suppose I have a question here, the type. So what type of triangle based on side? As you know that there are three different types of triangles based on sides. A scalene, isosceles and equilateral triangle. So you might define them also. So now I need to check whether what type of triangles will be found when you join three distinct non-collinear points on a given Cartesian plane. Suppose if case 1, if the sides are not equal, if the sides are not equal, that is AB not equal to BC, even not equal to CA, so then what type of triangle you should get if three sides of the triangles are different? It could be a, so therefore this implies you will get a triangle that will be a scalene triangle. So this is the first what case 1. So in case 1 you can tell that is you just find these three different points as being given, you find the distances. If you get three different lengths, so you can conclude yourself the given triangle formed by using three distinct points will be a scalene triangle. In case 2, if two sides of a triangle are equal, if two sides of a triangle are equal, so what could be the conclusion? That is, it might be AB equals BC, or BC equals AC, or AC is equal to what? AB. The three different cases you have just is one. You just find three sides. If two sides are equal, so therefore the given triangle will be isosceles triangle. So this is what the condition. So how do you check whether the triangle is isosceles? So you need to find the three different distances. You need to check them whether two sides of it what triangles are equal. So what about case 3? Case 3, if the sides are equal. So in a given triangle, if all the sides are equal, if the sides of a triangles are equal, then what that is, you can say AB is equal to BC is equal to AC, then what would be the conclusion? So therefore it will be equilateral triangle. So I am concluding. So it's a simple task. How do you conclude? Suppose if three different points in a Cartesian plan are being given. If three sides are different, it's a scalene triangle. If two sides of a triangle are equal, a triangle are equal, isosceles. If all three sides of a triangle are equal, then you just conclude yourself the given what points makes a equilateral triangle. So what about 4 points? Suppose so have 4 different points on a Cartesian plane. So I'll take 4 different points. So when you join up them, so let me name it first, then of course you can join it. Just say now A, the B, C, D. So we always arrange what in a consecutive order. Please don't write like this A, B, C, D. Just can mean either clockwise you just what mark it or anti-clockwise you mark it, but you have to mark it in a consecutive pattern. Consecutive pattern, sorry. Okay. You just join AB, join BC, join DC, and join AD. So the shape you got it. You say what? It's a quadrilateral. In particular, there are two different cases I must know whenever you want to solve problems in the exercise. You will come to the one in two different cases. So one is something called a rhombus and square. Other one is a parallelogram and a rectangle. So these are actually the partners. So we can say parallelograms and rectangles. So rectangles is obtained from a parallelogram and square is obtained from a something called rhombus. So in both rhombus and square, there are a lot of small, can say same features. Okay, so both in rhombus and square, both the shapes got the what same sides. You can say all sides of what rhombus are equal, all sides of what even squares are equal, except one difference. Suppose if you observe that is given that by using the quadrilateral you find the four different lengths. So if AB is equal to BC is equal to CD is equal to DA. So after finding four different lengths, you will come to the conclusion AB equals BC is equal to CD is equal to DA. Therefore, ABCD might be a square or rhombus. You can't come to the conclusion whether it's a rhombus or a square in particular, except one simple property will helping me to what I categorize whether the given quadrilateral is a square or a rhombus. What is that? So simple. So now just find the length of what you can say the length of AC. That's a diagonal one you could say, that is DA1, and the one just join this one, that is diagonal 2. You find the lengths of diagonal like AC and length of another one is something called DB. So after finding the two different diagonals, if they are equal to each other, so on the case also with if again, if AC is equal to DB, that is the diagonal 1 is equal to diagonal 2, so therefore you can say ABCD is a square. So how I am telling, because of by using simple property, you can say diagonals of a squares are equal, diagonals of a rhombus are not equal. That is a one key concept will helping me to categorize whether the given shape is a square or rhombus. So keep this in mind. Just find all the four sides of a rectangle, sorry, a quadrilateral. If all sides are equal, come to the two conclusion. It might be a rhombus or a square. You find the diagonal lengths, then conclude yourself. The given what a diagonal of what power is a quadrilateral is what a square. Come to this case, parallelogram and rectangles. In the same what idea, I'll take it here. Here, as you know, parallelograms and rectangles are just partners. You can say opposite sides of a parallelogram and rectangles are equal as well as parallel. Suppose what you get it if AB is equal to DC and AD is equal to BC. The two columns. AD is equal to BC, AB is equal to DC. Okay. So in this case, opposites are equal. So come to the conclusion. Therefore, ABCD is ABCD might be a parallelogram or rectangle. You come to the two conclusions. You can't come to the what fixed conclusion here. The first of all, you can say it might be a parallelogram or rectangle. In both the cases, parallelograms and rectangles have the space or same features like opposites are equal and parallel. So what about next? Suppose you find the length of AC. If this is very important, if AC is equal to length of AC is equal to length of BD. That is diagonal 1 is equal to diagonal 2. Diagonal 1 is equal to diagonal 2. So if AC is equal to BD, then therefore ABCD is a rectangle, because the diagonals of the parallelograms are different. So these are the two key concepts will helping me to what solve problems comes under the exercise. So if they'll give four different points or three different points, they will ask you to check whether the given what point non-collinear points forms what type of triangle or what type of quadrilateral. So meanwhile, use these concepts, you will get the result. Thank you.